fundraiser coming up that's going to benefit House of Hope.
Yeah.
We have Lindsey here with us to tell us about it. Hi, Lindsey. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. That's very exciting that we're here.
So tell us a little bit about House of Hope and what you're all about.
Yeah, so House of Hope is a nonprofit in Metro Detroit where our whole mission, our whole bottom line is what does it look like to be an intentional, loving neighbor. So what's really different about us as an organization is we live in the communities that we serve. So we're in mobile home communities, and so we're in Sterling Heights, we're in Clarkston, we're in Oxford. We're hoping to expand, and we really just focus on what does it look like to do life with our neighbors in a really disconnected generation where most people avoid their neighbors or don't know their names. We want to know their names and their stories. We want to do life with them. We want to help their kids succeed in school. We want to just help any way that we can and just really just be an intentional, loving neighbor. And so our event coming up is a really big deal for us because it's one of the biggest ways that we raise money for the year.
So tell us about that. It's at Paint Creek Country Club?
Yes, it's at Paint Creek Country Club on May 9th, which is a Friday. Doors open at 6:45. It's a gala, so it's fancy. We're calling it a night out. And really the intention of calling it a night out is it's going to be an awesome night out. We want it to be, even if you come and at the end of it you're like, that was awesome, we want it to be like, wow, I had a really, really nice night out. I had a great time. And so you'll get to have a really good meal. Yeah. I feel great about the food that we're going to have. Last year we were at the Paint Creek Country Club and we had an incredible meal. I've literally been thinking about it since, and so we're going to have that meal again with a few extra features. I'm very excited.
Well, we were just chatting before we went on camera about this meal because I was just there for a wedding, and to find out that it's going to be a very similar meal with some of my favorite parts.
Yes.
So the beef carving station.
Yes, there's going to be a beef carving station. That is so fancy and so nice. And so it'll be a really lovely meal. There will be drinks. You get to dress up. We'll have a few people playing live music off to the side, which will be really cool. And instead of this year having one speaker sharing about our mission, we're going to interview a few different people. And they're going to give their heart behind why are they involved in our organization? Why did they step up as a volunteer? Why are they a donor? Why do they show up to program weekly? Because we have weekly youth program where we get to hang out with our kids and our families. And so you'll get to hear the whole heart behind why House of Hope is what we are, why we do what we are, or why we do what we do, and just hear the heart behind how we got founded, how we exist, and just really get to partner with us if at the end of the night you're like, oh, I want to join in that. So it'll be a really cool night to hear all about who we are and what we do.
Give us some examples and ways House of Hope helps these families. What are their needs?
Oh gosh, I think it totally ranges. And so weekly, what we do is we have youth nights, and where all of the locations open up their homes. And so we're really big on we want to be connected. We want to do life with you, and what that looks like is opening up your home for a meal. And so every week we have 3 different locations. So we have 3 different youth nights, which is super cool. So the kids come in, they get to have dinner. We teach a Bible story usually. We do crafts or games, get them moving. As it gets warmer, we'll go outside and play. And then we get to do tutoring or homework help. Monthly, we also have a mentoring program where we pair one student up with a really safe adult. Monthly, we also have community events where we just bring the community together, usually grilling hot dogs and having a great time just connecting with our neighbors. But really where I feel like the true ministry happens is randomly. Because we're so involved in our community, they can count on us. They know literally where we live. Yeah. And so they can knock on our door and be like, hey, I'm struggling with this, or can I just talk about this? We have a lot of kids that have porch conversations where they're like, I just need a listening ear. One of our mission statements that we say is we want every person in our communities to feel seen, heard, and loved. And so whatever we can do to make that. And so it's kind of a tough question to answer, how do we do it? So we have these structured things. A little bit of everything. Right? But it's really just being a good neighbor. Whatever it looks like to show up continuously for your community is what we're aiming to do.
Yeah, and like you said, it's kind of going back several decades or even more, because today most people are they pull into their garage, put the garage door down, don't see anybody. It's rare, I think, to spend more time with your neighbors these days. So that you're there, that you're present, that they know that you're safe and can come. You said kids, what is the age range of kids that you tend to hang out with or see or help?
All over. I feel oh gosh, I don't know. Sometimes parents bring their babies. So it can be that. I would say mostly elementary to high school is usually what we get, but we also get some young adults that hang out sometimes. It's different at every location and just the stage of what that mobile home community is going through. And so really all different ages. But what's really cool is we're in the schools. We have kids in Orion High School, we have kids in Clarkston and Oxford. And so it's we are a part of this community. But yeah, I would say mostly middle school, high school age, kind of elementary school, all over. Just whatever a neighborhood has, that's what we have. So
yeah.
So many people are facing housing challenges today. The cost of to buy a house is through the roof. The
Yeah.
cost of renting is through the roof. I imagine the mobile home community, they're not free from this. I mean, they're experiencing the same challenges, aren't they?
Yeah, I would say, I think sometimes it's really easy to stereotype a neighborhood that you don't know a lot about, but they're going through the same types of things. Their rent is like skyrocketing like anyone else's. Like they have the same issues with groceries that anyone does. And so it's really like we're just going through the same things. They're just all in a different location. And so yeah, we're just trying to do our best to how can we walk alongside them, because eggs are expensive for us too, right? It's like it's all the same thing, that we just want to be good neighbors. And so yeah, just the same challenges as everyone else. It just sometimes looks a little different over there.
Yeah.
Now this fundraiser is coming up.
Yeah.
Would you describe it as your biggest fundraiser of the year?
Yeah.
Talk about, do you also raise funds throughout the year?
Yeah, we're definitely looking for like monthly donors. That's what we do, or that's what we push for the biggest. We also have a golf outing that's a really big deal, and we have little fundraisers here and there where we try and connect with local organizations to, hey, do you want to sponsor this, or do you want to partner with this? But definitely, I would say our two biggest events is the Gala, #1, and then our golf outing, and then little fundraisers here and there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to attend, they want to
Yeah.
purchase tickets, how can they go about doing that?
Yeah, you can go to houseofhopeministry.org, and that on our website there's a little blurb that you can click, and it'll take you right to the page with all the details, and you can buy a ticket. One ticket is $85, but if you buy a whole table, you get a discount, so people should definitely do that. That would be awesome. Yeah, and it's just going to be a really cool night. Also, if you just go to that website, you can see all the details about us. So you can see what we do, our mission statement. You can go to our gallery and see the kids and the families and the residents that we interact with that are so like precious to my heart. And so you can get to see the faces of who we get to interact and love with and do life with. But yeah, you can scroll through our whole website. We can always use more help with a bunch of different things. So it has all the details on there.
And if you go to the fundraiser, you'll enjoy a meal that you'll be thinking about the entire year.
I think
will.
so. I
You
literally
will,
think
yeah.
so.
And so with that in mind, you could not only buy tickets just for yourself, but you could gift someone with a
my
nice
gosh.
evening out and a fantastic meal.
Yeah.
So, that would be something as well. Buy the table and invite your friends to join.
That's a great
it's
idea.
It's a really lovely evening. I really thoroughly enjoyed it last year, and I'm really looking forward to it this year too.
That sounds
Awesome.
like it's going to be a great event and a great time of year. May, things are starting to warm up a little bit. So for those, get dressed up events, it's, you're not freezing walking in and like you're dressing. I know for guys it's a little different, but for us,
so right. You're so
in
right.
our dresses and our heels
Yeah.
and, in the middle of winter, it's not as pleasant as May. So
Yeah, it's bringing you to look out at the golf course, because that room is
Yes.
mostly windows. It's beautiful
It-
there. You
it
can take
is-
pictures outside, inside.
it is
It's great.
beautiful. Yeah. The event that I was just there for was a wedding and
Yeah.
it was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've covered lots of events at Pink Creek, and they do a
Way
great
cool.
job over there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Oh my gosh, I think I was thinking about this exact question that you might ask me. And I think what's really cool is if someone's watching this right now, that already shows me that they have a heart for their community. And I think what's really cool about us is that's like our whole goal, is just to be in the community. And so if someone's watching this right now, I would really encourage them to check out our website, to come to the gala, hear more about our heart behind just partnering with our neighbors. Because if you're already watching this, that means you're already on board for essentially what our mission is. And I would just love to meet more community like-minded people. And I just think that would be really cool. I think more people should know about us, because I
Definitely.
think we rock. I think we do incredible
you
things.
definitely
and
do.
I
Yeah.
love our neighbors.
And
so.
how, maybe you could tell us just a little bit. I think we have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
How long how did House of Hope get started, and how long has it been?
Oh my gosh, we got started in 2018, but really it goes back a little bit before that, because our friend lived in the mobile home park next to Kensington Church.
Yeah.
And so he lived there, and then as some things shifted for him, he was like, I want to move out, but I still want to keep loving my neighbors. Can someone else move in? And so two of my friends, they founded the organization. They moved in and made it an official nonprofit, and they're like, what does it look like to love our neighbors? And so we started in Lake Orion, which is really cool. And then from there, it's just been our dream to have a House of Hope people plant, which is when someone lives in a mobile home community. That's what we call them, people plants, because you're planting your roots there. You're not going anywhere. You're a part of that community.
Right.
And so, so since then we've had Oxford, Clarkson, Sterling Heights, and looking to expand and just love neighbors all over, all over the world, but all over Michigan, all over Metro Detroit is where we're starting. So
That's awesome. I love it. And, I've known of House of Hope for many years, and my son, even through the youth group, like you said, it started off near Kensington Church. Youth group would go and do what did they
Rake
call
and
it?
Run.
Rake and Run.
Oh,
okay, I was
yeah.
gonna say run
Oh,
and
yeah,
rake,
a
but
classic.
Rake and Run, they go and go into the park and rake leaves for neighbors. So it really is just even down to the littlest things.
Yeah,
So,
it's about showing up consistently so that we can be
the little
neighbors
food
they count on.
pantries, like having like the little
We have a
box-
blessing box at every
yep,
location.
yeah. So there are a lot of little things. There's a lot of little things and bigger things that you do for these communities.
Yeah,
So,
the goal is intentionality at every level. So whether it's a blessing box, rake and run, just
Yeah.
having porch conversations, that we're always there for our people.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll help you spread the word.
Thank you so
We
much.
had you in the studio. You did like a little promo, right?
That is true.
Yeah, so we put that in rotation, and
Thank you so much.
You know, that's what we can offer you, is to help you spread the word.
I so appreciate that.
Yeah.